It's Tier, and you're tuned in to Do Over Don't.
There ain't no other way. Tonight you're dying to love me. Desire written all over your face. But when you reach out to hold me, I will vanish without a trace. You look me in my deep.
Alright, what's up guys? This is Pink World episode 1. Today we have Hope, myself, Lexi.
I'm Lexi.
And this is our lovely guest, Tier. Welcome, Tier. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's get right into it. By the way, this is our new series with the girls, because this is a new site, right?
Hell yeah.
Girls in DOD, like what's going on?
Pink World.
Alright.
To get us started, thank you again, Tier, for coming. First question, what is your background like? Like, what kind of turned you into wanting to be a musician and get into the industry?
Okay, so I grew up in North Carolina. I was born in North Carolina. Shortly after I was born, my family moved to Virginia. I lived there until I was 7, though, so I don't really consider that, what kind of sculpted me as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
So as, most middle school girls, I was bullied in middle school. And kind of my coping mechanism was go home and, write really, really sad music, So, listening back, it's, all just me being why is everyone so mean? I want to die.
I probably have 30 of those.
You know the vibes, yeah. So that started, that was the reason why I did music. That was the escape instead of, going to therapy or playing a sport to get aggression out. It was going home, sitting at the computer with the mic and just singing. I have a lot of my family is musicians, so my grandfather on my mom's side is a musician.
That's dope.
So he, gifted me a mic when I was younger, and that was kind of, what enabled me to do it. But what made me want to do it as a career, I think, so when I moved up here, I kind of let it go. I did choir, and I absolutely hated it.
Choir was so bad. I remember auditioning for select chorus, and I was shaking, and I was had my little ukulele, and I was
Well, it restricts creativity because you're singing other people's
everyone was
2,000-year-old
Not
music.
your church music, okay.
Exactly. So I let go of it, and then my mom would play my music that I wrote when I was in 5th grade at her job at the hospital, and someone heard it and was like, "Oh, my ex-husband is a Berkeley professor. I'm gonna show him," and he loved it. So he's been managing me for the past year and a half. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that kind of he was like, "No, this is a real thing that you could do," and I was like, "Well, it freaking better be, because I don't want to be a psych major." That's what I was gonna do. I was like, "I don't want to listen to people's problems. Do that enough. No, thank you. Pay me, sure, but I don't want to go to school for that." And now it just feels like the only option. There's nothing else that I really like doing. Everything else gets boring after you do it for a bit.
That's how you know, that's what you're meant to do, basically.
Right.
And I feel the same way. I feel like I say this to myself a lot, where I'm just if I was born with this innate feeling in me, and this just natural eager and determination, just this feeling that I'm sure you have too, just you feel a certain way when you're musically gifted, and it's really touching, and it really relates to you, and it's a big part of your life, and you're just why would God give me this, or why would I be born this way if it's not what I'm supposed to do?
Right, you don't want to waste it.
So it's just why you kind of have to go after it. So
Definitely.
I totally feel you.
Definitely.
Yeah. How long have you been in the music game? I know you said that you started writing when you were little, but when did you really get into your first studio session?
I did covers when I was in middle school in studios to give to family on a CD. That was little gifts. But really it started kicking up about a year ago.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago. Yeah. I think is when it really started kicking up. So I would be at his studio a lot. He has an in-home studio. Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he has an in-home studio, so that was really convenient because I would never have to pay for studio time.
Yeah.
So I was just well, why wouldn't I be here 3 days a week? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah, definitely during high school, I didn't really do much. I did a little, I went to Kay Sully's house once to do a song that we never ended up doing. Me and MJ, and we like started it and we were all like, this is fire. And then I just left and just never came back. You know, things get busy. So yeah, definitely
for sure.
about a year and a half.
Oh, good.
Has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
Since before the pandemic. So yeah, 2 years.
It's hard to keep track of time.
I can't.
Now. I don't
After
know
you
what year
graduate,
it is. Legit.
Years don't exist.
I think I've been doing this like 10 months, maybe 11 or something, but time really is like flown.
For real.
Were you so you were working with your manager beforehand before you started really like getting involved with Do It or Don't, right? Or was there anywhere else that you really recorded it, or was it just strictly kind of with him?
Yeah, no, I really hadn't. In my room, really, was what it was.
That's the best spot. Like, I really wish that I had like an at-home studio, because I feel like it's so much more comfortable and like you can really like experiment with yourself. And I would, So
And at 3 a.m. when you like have an idea, you don't have to leave the room,
Sure.
which is great. But yeah, I don't have really the equipment. I have like literally like a USB mic.
No, yeah, me too.
Horrible.
I have 2. They're horrible.
Yeah.
Went on FL Studio for the first time last night ever. Made a beat, sent it to the group chat. They all laughed at me.
You know, you got to start somewhere.
You know, couldn't figure out how to record my voice, but, you know, there's a start. So
figure out how to record your voice.
Pretty good.
You liked it?
For the first
Fucking
beat,
it was like, yeah. You know? It was really good. I'm going to play it for you sometime.
I would love to hear it.
I have to sit down
Right after
for it.
this. It needs to... Yeah, I need to hear it. I'm
He's always said
excited.
he might sample it, so like it's gonna be.
There you... It's the next hit.
Big producer.
It's the
I
next
see it. I
hit.
see it.
It's like 20 seconds long.
Fine, demo.
I was like, wait, I probably should have like extended this to be a real.
Just loop it. Just loop it for like
So yeah, watch
10
out, guys.
hours.
24-hour
New
loop.
producer at
Yes.
DoD, guys. Like, don't
You know,
play
people
with
listen
me.
to like the Caillou theme
They
on
do.
loop, so you
You
never
go
know.
on YouTube, you see that it's literally millions of views. So
My
like,
friend
you
said it
never
was
know.
a Dora the Explorer type beat.
Yes, that's perfect. We need more of that.
Back. All right.
So anyway, so all girls here, what type of experiences have you faced, like being a girl in the music industry? You feel like you're treated differently? I mean, I would assume yes, but
Like, what's the competition like? 'Cause
Yeah.
I know I feel a little bit more pressure.
Yes, this is something I could speak on all
Yeah. For
day, all day. People don't take me seriously at all.
yeah.
I tell them I write music, and they're like, "Ha, yeah, me too." And then I show
Like,
them,
do you?
and then they show me, and I'm like, "Okay, so you're a SoundCloud rapper, and you record on your like
Someone had to
Apple
say,
headphones,
GarageBand.
right?"
No hate.
So-
Everyone starts somewhere, but like,
Yeah,
Sure. but
yeah,
like-
100. No hate on SoundCloud. I post on SoundCloud too.
like, they
It's a
don't get
good
the,
place
like,
to start.
extent of it.
But they don't
Yeah.
process. When I say I'm a musician, they
Yeah.
don't process that.
Like, no, like this is real.
It's,
Yeah.
this is my
Like I'm actually
plan
doing
for
it.
life.
Consumes a lot of my life.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not me drunk in my friend's basement
Being like,
every
"Yo,
Saturday.
all the bitches in the
Freestyle,
room."
let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing
Okay.
too, is like when I speak, people often don't listen to what I say.
Yeah.
So I actually had a concert in the fall, and the guy that put the concert together for me. So I don't know if you guys have heard my newest single, All My Friends.
Yes.
Of course.
That I did with my manager. So that song is basically about, you know, having a really hard time around guys.
I'm very
Yeah,
much related
I
to that
can
song. Too.
completely
Yeah, they
get that.
don't
Yeah.
they don't look at you as a human being most of the time.
Yeah.
And don't take what you're saying seriously. So I was literally about to perform that song. Had said, you know, this is for all the ladies in here that feel like they can't be friends with guys because all they want to do is hook up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy that set up the concert for me was sitting in the front in this armchair. And he was literally like, give me a lap dance. As I'm about to sing the song, after I had
How
said,
ironic. Right?
after I had said,
Ew.
and people in the audience were like, yeah, give him a lap dance. I was like, so is no one here to listen to what I have to say? Because I don't write bullshit music about things I don't care about.
Right.
So what I'm about to say to you is what I would say to you in a conversation.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and flex money I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the best girl in the world and you should love me.
Yeah,
I'm going to sit here and tell
absolutely.
you some real shit, and you're not even going to listen. So
That's
people don't
wild.
take me seriously for that reason.
Right.
It's hard because I'm not a rapper. I've been experimenting
Yeah.
with rap, but I'm not. So you step into a place and they're like, oh, we're going to do this song.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need a singer on it. This is
Yeah.
hip hop music.
Right.
So being
that's
here
amazing right now.
has been really the first place I've been where like males have appreciated my art and been like, no, we can do something with it. Yeah. We can. And I've done songs with men. And they come out great. Like, female and male collabs are awesome.
Good. People are just disrespectful half the time. And it's like, so that kind of leads into it. Like, do you feel like you have to come across a certain way to, like, make it in the industry?
Right. I've been experimenting with that, too, because I don't want to be the girl that is the sex appeal.
Yeah.
But I also know that catches people's attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of what one of my songs is about. Called Megan. It's like, I put on my best damn shoes, I wink and smile because I can't stand you, and like I do my hair up real nice, you know, so you think I'm nice and whatever. And like, it's kind of ironic because like I do dress up and I do, you know, care a lot about first impressions and whatnot and how I come off because that's what the world expects. But I mean, I also love fashion and whatnot, but it's like, it's really real just like how the industry works. And like, I'm a very, very small piece of the industry. I'm really just here in this building, like one step at a time, but it's like, it's just how it works. And you kind of just have to play the game, but kind of have your grits as well.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this, I better get paid for it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Keep your dignity, but kind of
use it to your advantage, which sucks.
Play the game.
Because I don't want to have to. My parents are constantly like, you don't need to. And I'm like, listen, I don't need to, but you know how much faster I'll get there if I do?
Yep. And then once you're there,
and then I really can stop. Exactly.
But
it's a dilemma, but like it can. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Protect yourself and your reputation and your dignity, and you know, use the system, play the game, use it to your advantage, get where you need to get, and then locked in, do what you need to do, be yourself.
Wow.
Be yourself the whole time, of course.
Yeah, there will never be a fake face on. There will never be.
But you have to think business as well. So it's like, it's a good balance. And
picking the aesthetic is my biggest challenge right now. I feel like I'm like 10 different people, and I need to rein it in.
Me too. I'm either like goth with like chains, or I'm like Barbie.
Pink, right.
Yeah.
It's just that age too, like this phase of life is like, who am I? So
dropping boxes in the podcast room.
Yeah, I did. Thank you, Gabe. All right. I mean, you kind of already answered this. I was gonna ask what really like draws you into making music, and I know that you said it's kind of an escape and it's you voicing your truth and whatnot. But is there anything like passion-wise or like emotion-wise, anything else that you would say like draws you into?
Definitely. So there's a reason I want to create it, and then there's a reason I want to share it. So the reason I want to create it is because it's therapeutic. It helps me. I get to say what I don't hear on the radio. You know what I mean? You can play it back, and it's comforting. Like, people, you know, will say, oh, it's weird that you listen to your own music. Why?
Shit,
Why?
yeah, I do.
I'm saying what I want to hear. Right?
People always ask me that. I'm like, yeah, I love it, actually.
Yes, exactly. But the other reason is because if I can change your perspective on anything, or change how you feel comforted about something, or be that voice that I am for myself for you, that is the game changer. That is why I want to share it, which is why my name is Tear. Because I don't care what emotion I'm making you feeling, like, but you better be feeling something. Yeah. You better be feeling something. If you're sitting there stone cold, I'm not doing my job.
Yeah. And I really like that you put meaning behind your artist name, because a lot of people don't, and it's just you know what sounds cool and whatnot, and yours sounds dope either way. But like, I love that there's a meaning behind that. So
it is a really cool name. Like
Thank
that,
you.
it really catches the eye. Like
thank you. My manager came up with it, but it was very yes, that was a good pun. It does catch.
Sorry, that's probably really loud in my microphone. Can we get a sound effect?
Yeah, but another sound check, you know?
I was waiting for it.
Thank you. All right, back to business.
Who is like your major influences? Like whether it's like production of a song, lyrics, like their voice, anything. Like who do you think are your most major influences?
Okay, so I grew up listening to anything but pop. My family was like the Beatles, you know, Joni Mitchell, Norah Jones, not really mainstream stuff. So I think a lot of my style kind of came from that in the beginning. A lot of jazz, a lot of rock. But the people that inspired me when I got older, this is like the main one that everybody says, Billie Eilish. She's cool. She broke out of pop, and she made it pop. her music
Yeah.
is considered pop, but it's really
not.
not.
It's really not. But she's
there was
so mainstream now.
right. There
So
was no
mainstream.
genre to fit that, so they just threw it in pop, and it works.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, I mean, I love her. I'll probably always love her. She could probably kill someone, and I'd still love her. Her Saba is a Chicago rapper,
yeah, I've heard of
and
him.
he says some of the realest shit in his songs. He has a song called Log Out, which is all about how your entire existence is online, and people would rather get a follow from you now than an autograph, which it never used to be
Yeah.
that way. And it's something I've never heard
Really true.
spoken about in a song, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Social media controls basically everything nowadays, and that's what most people care about.
Yeah.
Whether it comes to like artistry or just how people perceive you. So
And it can be great in many ways. I mean, think
Yeah,
about
for
how much
sure.
easier it is to blow up as an artist independently now.
But
But then there's also, you know, Bella Porch and all those people that started as TikTok stars, and now someone was like, "Oh, you have the numbers? Great, we can make you into a musician." And that was never their,
Yeah.
it's never
Yeah,
their thing.
no.
They can make money with just TikTok. Stop taking them. Like,
I know.
there's some of us
happening
that
a little bit way
people
too
with
much.
talent and like
Right.
they're really good musicians
And
they're
Disney
not
stars
getting-
too. That was
Yeah.
a big thing.
yes,
And it worked out for a lot of them.
Ariana
really well,
Grande.
but it's just like
Exactly.
yep,
Even Zendaya.
yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't do music as much now, but like look how big she is just
Right.
because of like Disney Channel.
Well, because if they can pick you from one thing, they can
Yeah.
make you into everything. You're
Exactly.
suddenly an actor, a model, a
Right.
singer, a songwriter.
Right. Obviously, be as versatile as you can.
Definitely.
But it just kind of takes away like the originality from like
Yeah.
artists who like really it's their passion and whatnot.
Because most of the time they're doing it for a check. It's gonna market
Yeah.
them. It's gonna make them more famous. Which I mean, you go for it. Like,
Yeah.
I'd do it too, honestly.
Yeah.
If I had to be honest, if you know. But it's tough because then you're sitting here and you're like, well, I'm putting all this effort and time, and this is the only option I have.
Yeah. And it's just like, is it worth it or not? Like,
Right.
yeah.
So yeah, Billie Eilish. A lot of people tell me I sound like Halsey and Billie, like a
I can
baby.
see that.
I could
them.
definitely
I can
see
see
that.
I've gotten Olivia Rodrigo a couple times, which
That's a compliment.
I don't
it's definitely
see
a
it.
compliment, but I don't see that personally.
I don't
but
see
it's
it.
definitely a compliment.
Yeah, I think, well, my voice, like, changes depending on, honestly, like, my day.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's higher pitched, and I'll have songs, and people are like, both of those aren't you. And I'm like, no, it's just a different style, and I can shift my voice that way.
Yeah.
Which is dope. Like, you need versatility.
It's
like,
fun.
Yeah.
For sure. So I know she was not able to be with us tonight, but you and Olivia Engler,
Yes.
you guys like a duo.
So that's
or
my
what's
doll
going on? I know you guys are best
baby.
friends, but like, what's going on? Give us the scoop.
So her artist name is Doll, and
Oh my god, I didn't even know that.
yeah,
Hey, that's dope.
That's
Tier
what
she looks
and
like
doll.
it too.
I love
She
that.
looks, she
Yeah.
looks like a freaking doll. It's perfect. My manager introduced us because she is a senior at Berklee
Right.
College of Music, and we created a duo together with my manager. So we've been writing together for maybe 6 months. We have like 3 finished songs and one that is in the works right now with Fells, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But through that, we became like this. And
that's dope.
like on the real, she's not my best friend. She's my literal soulmate. Twin flame. Like I've never met a female that I felt so connected to and like I trust her.
Yeah.
And she's me in a blonde,
Yeah.
beautiful
That's
doll
like me and my
body.
brunette best friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
It always ends up that way.
Yeah. So she's definitely, I mean, it sucks that she couldn't be here today, but
We can do another
Yeah.
with both of you.
She'll be
for
here.
Sure.
yeah,
100%.
we'll get her in here because she has got some stuff to say, definitely.
Oh, I believe
She's-
it, and I'm ready
She's
for
got
it.
some stories, that girl. Yeah, so we are planning to move out to LA together sometime this year
Oh yeah.
as roomies,
Yeah.
which will be so fun.
That definitely
That would
suits
be
you
so
guys.
fun.
We went to LA together. She was there for much longer than me. We went to LA together. We were there for 2 days, and I was there for 2 days. She was there for much longer. But she got us to Lil Xan's house.
Oh my god.
People in this room have heard this story, and I was like, all right, this is it. I've been here 2 days, and I'm jumping off Lil Xan's roof into the pool. This is the vibe.
Ew.
This is the vibe. So we feel like very invincible together. Every time we're together, we get shit for free. Every time. Like we've gotten ice cream. We get ice cream all the time, and every time they're just like, have it for free, like have it for, and we're just like, are we that hot? Like what is this? It's flames. It's
flames.
So I feel very powerful when I'm with her.
I would too. Shit, like.
We make a statement.
I got it. I got it in the
sure.
bag. Like, you sure? Because, like, I can handle it.
That's how you win in life. I feel like when you find people that you can be yourself around that boost
100%.
your
Absolutely.
existence.
And that's probably why you guys work so well together.
Definitely.
Too.
And you were meant to find each other, evidently, because
Yeah.
otherwise it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And she brings what I don't have. I mean, she has all the technical, stuff and creative just as much, if so more. She's just incredibly talented, but she's amazing at writing hooks.
Yeah.
And I'm much better at writing verses. So when we work together,
Oh my God, can she help me?
it's like we both have it. Definitely, yeah. She's incredible. She has so much training for it that it's like
Yeah.
which I don't have access to that shit.
Yeah.
Am I rich? She's not either. But like, do I want to be in debt? No. No, thank you.
So, what would you say your main goal with like music and your images? Like, how do you want to be perceived by your audience? Do you have like a particular message you want to put out, or is it like kind of different with every song?
So yeah, I want to be a little bit of everything. I want there to be something for everyone. With the recent song,
Yeah.
I got a lot of feedback from guys actually saying they related, which I didn't expect at all. But that felt good.
Yeah.
So I guess I want it to be a little different. For a while I was like, I want to be really creepy and depressing and like make everyone hate their lives and like that'll be success.
Yeah.
If I just like make people uncomfortable. And I showed my mom like one of my recent videos and she shut it off. She was like, I can't watch this. And I was like, yes! Yes, I've won! I've done it! I'm making you so uncomfy. And it's definitely because she's just my mom and doesn't want to hear me talk about how guys want to hook up with me.
Kind of goal accomplished.
But I was like, this is a good feeling. Because I honestly could care less if people over 60 appreciate, even people over 40. I'm like, if I make you uncomfortable, great, I'm doing my job because I'm not going to fake stuff.
No one
I'm not going to
asked
sit
you to
here.
watch this or
Yeah,
listen
exactly.
to it.
Right. It's not sunshine and rainbows. People are like, make happy songs. And I'm like, why?
If that's not how I feel, then why would I make that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And when I'm happy, low-key, like, I want to blast, like, Miss the Rage, not, like,
Yeah, exactly.
some, like, soft, melodic
playing the
female, like,
Killers.
Legit.
ooh, the birds and the beat. No, like, I don't need that. But I definitely want to make a living doing it. To me, it's like, I don't need the fancy. Okay, I do want a pool.
Yeah.
That's like
Right. I just want a
red.
freaking pool in my backyard because
Yeah.
I never had that growing up.
Yeah.
Like, is that all I can ask for?
and like a big granite island and like lots of windows.
So do you like traveling? Are you like planning on traveling a lot?
Yes, I love traveling. I've been out of the country like 7 or 8 times.
Wow.
I'm jealous of you.
yeah,
because
Once on a cruise for half a
been out the
day.
country should be soon. But
Yeah, you gotta like. My favorite one was I went to Ecuador alone for 3 weeks when I was
Bold.
17.
That's so dope.
I know
And it
that
was
is.
fire. I discovered too that like they don't card. So I was just like, yeah, Ecuador,
Let's
volunteering
go.
with kids during the week and getting like
Blasted.
sloshed with like a bunch of Ecuadorian people. I was just like,
That
this
sounds
is
My
fire.
Ecuadorian boyfriend.
It was
He's coming home.
great. It was so fun, and there was definitely a language barrier. I suck at learning. Like, as much as I'm an auditory person,
Yeah,
I
no.
can't learn language.
Especially when you get older,
No
it just
hablo
gets
español.
harder.
It's
and
so
harder.
hard.
Yeah,
I took American Sign Language in high school,
That's
and
cool.
I'm pretty fluent in that.
that's a
'Cause
good
it's
thing
visual.
to be fluent in.
Yeah.
It's
for
very
sure.
helpful. But yeah, the language I tried. I learned it while I was there. I took classes for 3 hours a day. And
While you
left
were there?
and was like El Gato, like
Cat.
literally no
I thought that was
nothing.
Spanish, but go you.
Yeah, so I took it in college too, and El Gato, like I literally don't know, and I feel so bad too because I would love to
Yeah.
learn,
Of course.
but
It's so bad being ignorant sometimes, but it's just the best
it's,
we
I
can
feel
do.
so bad. I'm like, no, like I appreciate
learned
other
shit-
cultures.
Like, I swear, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I'm just slow.
I
like,
just,
please.
my old neighbor's
Yeah,
cat's
babe.
name was Gato.
See, that's
That's
fire.
how I learned. That's how I learned
That's
what
flames.
Gato meant. So.
That's what we should just name everything, and then there would be no
No language barrier.
No language barrier because it'd all be the same language.
Exactly.
Right. But yeah, so goals.
Culture.
So much. I know. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. America's already a melting pot. It doesn't need to be any more fondue
That
than
would
it
be
is.
really great though, because the English language is like way too complicated.
It is.
It's the stupidest one.
It's
so complicated for no
like
reason.
4 theirs.
It's the stupidest.
Also, Americans expect everybody to know English. Also.
Oh my God.
Like,
It makes me so
okay.
mad.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad. People who like first language was not English, when they speak it and people make fun of them, I'm like, do you know? You can't even learn Spanish.
like you're the inferior one here. Like,
Right.
No,
let's
for
calm
real.
down.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It's only funny when it's like slang that they mess up. Then I'm like, okay, that's a little funny, but like,
Yeah. Or like, you
No
know,
shame.
say the wrong word and it ends up being a swear, like mid-professional. And then it's just like, let me help you out. Let me help you out.
yeah, this shit's
But-
bitchin', you know?
Yes, exactly. When you're like talking about, you know, your business plan and that's...
Just happens to the best of us.
It does. It
Not
really
Not
does.
me, because I'm not bilingual, but like,
I mean, I still do it with English words too. I'll be like talking about something really important.
Oh,
I'll be
hell
like,
yeah.
I'm pushing P. And it's like, that's not the thing to say right now, but it's what
notice?
comes out. And then,
this is weird. I was thinking about this like yesterday. I was like, we really say mad like a lot. And I remember my sister was being like, what are you saying? Like, mad? What are you, gangster? Like, blah, blah, and I was like, what? And like now she literally says it every day. And I'm like, huh.
So
No, it's
Like,
true.
I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, we're really like, yeah, there's
so
there's
easy to
mad
adopt
as
slang.
in, oh, that's crazy, or like mad as in that's a lot, or like mad as in very. I'm like, what the
We use slang for like so many different things, and they mean so many different
Yes.
things. It's like if you were in America, you'd be like, "What?" Even in different parts of the country, they're like, "You say I'm hip to somebody from the other side of the country." They're like,
And they're
"Hip?"
like, what?
I'm like, "No, like I agree. Like I'm hip. Like I feel you." And they're like,
Like, what do you mean you feel me? Like, you're not
okay.
touching me. It's a little weird.
yes. It
But,
doesn't make any sense. And people
yeah.
laugh at us for it.
They do.
Rightfully.
Right.
They should.
It is a little weird. It's a little weird.
My mom doesn't even know what I'm saying in my songs. I'm like, they're very simple, and I don't even like swear in them. And she's
Yeah,
just like, I don't
yeah.
know what you're saying, but like, it's great. Go,
Oh my
you-
God.
go.
My mom-
Good job, honey.
My mom works at a hospital.
Yeah.
And she worked with kids for a while. And they would, you know, call her a savage.
She was like,
And she would be like, what does that mean? And she came home one day and she was
really
like,
thought it was a terrible thing.
you know that I'm a savage. And I was like, never say that again. Never say that again. She would say, like, I'd show her something really, like, important, like a song, and she'd be like, oh, that's dope. And I'm like, no. It is,
I'm
but
so
not
hip to
coming
this
from
right
you.
Please
now.
don't say it. It
It's-
is. It's not.
But, you
from
know,
you.
she tries her best.
Yeah, of course.
She's doing a great job considering, because I don't know another 60-year-old woman that uses either of those words in day-to-day life. And she's killing it. She's doing it with intention.
Shout out her.
Right?
Shout out her.
Shout out Carla.
My favorite's when my mom would be like, yeah, I'm pulling up. I'm rolling up. Yeah, like, what are you rolling up, Mom? Like, what? She literally, I think that she, like, thought that it was, like, a trendy thing to say or something.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
would be, like, on the phone with her, like my, like, uncle or whatever, and she'd be like, yeah, I'm rolling up in 5. And I'd be like,
my God.
I'm rolling up right now. And I'd be like, what are you trying to communicate right now?
My favorite of the
I was just like, dude, stop, man. You're so embarrassing.
It is. It is. It's funny though.
It's funny.
The text abbreviations are my favorite.
I love the text.
My
My
mom's
mom-
all are any of your moms like all uppercase LOL?
My mom's not, but I love that. I love
She
that.
talk text, so she's like LOL.
Yes.
My mom goes LMAO all the time. I'm like, bet. Me
My mom
too.
used to yell at me for saying that. She'd be like, LMAO. What is like? Don't swear, Hope.
I get the GM.
Like I text my dad and I'm like, LMAO. Like and he's like, ah.
so good.
This is so relative to what we're supposed to be talking
For
about.
sure.
It's a valid point though. I'm sure every single viewer has
Relate.
a parent
They're living
that has
relate.
said something
They need
like
a
this.
little
100%.
break off the edge. But let's
They've heard
relate
it.
back to how, if we want to make this relative, how. No, I lost it. I don't even know. I was gonna say like so like
worlds
slang
apart.
we like use in like music and songs and you know.
That does happen though.
But
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the only thought I had. So
My manager has commented on that actually. He's been like, what does this mean? And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
everyone will get it. You don't?
It's okay.
Everyone else
Yeah.
will.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
But sometimes I think that I try a lot to like make certain words less common and more like unique and like straightforward, because I'm like, this is used a lot, and like try to like steer away from slang, but also like use it so it's like popular and like people hear it and like receive it and whatnot. So it's like it's a struggle, but
TikTok
you're
value
just gonna
too.
be like hip, like
You're telling me you're
Just
not
a whole
pushing
song.
You're gonna be
P?
hip, dope,
Mad.
You're gonna be so dope these days. Like
That's a single right there. Just all the slang words in a row. You know that song? Who's it by? She's just like Leo, Scorpio. It's like all the signs or whatever. I can't remember. I literally was listening to it today.
Scorpio,
She just lists the signs,
zodiac signs,
and then she
Okay.
like says something like it could be that, but with slang words.
I love that.
That could be pretty
But
$1
I-
million song.
Love it. All right. Last thing to end this on a good note. If you could give a word of advice to girls that want to maybe get involved with music and are like maybe afraid to put themselves out there, is there anything that you would maybe want to like tell them in advance or like give them a word of advice to kind of get them off their toes?
One, don't believe anything you're told.
That's a good word of advice in general.
Act like you do when people speak to you.
Take care.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I knew that. And take it with a grain of salt.
And go and look it up on Google.
Take it with
If
a
you don't
grain
know
of
what it
salt
means.
and
Don't
always have
tell
a
them.
backup. Never sell yourself. If people don't like what you look like, people tell me all the time, oh, I hate this, I hate that. You're too skinny. You don't have enough. No. It does not matter at all how other people perceive you. If you perceive yourself in a positive light and you're confident, that's what people are going to see.
And that will radiate, and people will pick up on
Definitely.
that, and someone will like it, and someone
Definitely.
It's the
will accept
true,
you.
like, real energy that people actually like. Like, real people are gonna like real energy. So
100%.
that's what you want.
If
right?
you're genuine and you're yourself, like, people will be receptive of that.
You have to think about what kind of audience you want to attract, because I want
Right.
my audience, honestly, to be people that are not neurotypical. I want you to have some struggles, and I want to be able to help you through that.
Yeah.
There's some people that want a different audience, so think about that audience and try to, don't change yourself, but think about how they perceive things, and be able to cater to
For
that.
sure.
And then definitely watch out for, work with your male artists and producers and all of that, but watch out, because I've heard way too many stories
Yeah.
of sexual assaults, of, scamming and bribing and all of that. And
Manipulation, whatnot.
some of my friends have gone through, especially with the older men in the industry. It's very comfortable when they're your old age. It's a lot easier.
But
It's a
older
lot
men,
easier.
they know how to manipulate too. They've been in it for so long. They're like, okay, I know exactly what to do.
Yep. And so many girls would do some stuff for a
Because
deal.
They're so desperate because it's
Right.
their dream.
But don't, because it'll put you in therapy
right.
and you'll be
Yep.
traumatized and you'll be on meds for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that is how people die.
It is
Yes.
indeed.
Don't lose your pen. Definitely. I would also say don't let your dreams get in the way of reality. But
Oh,
don't
100%.
don't let reality get in the way of your dreams either.
Also, don't stay anywhere for a boy. That's the big one.
Yeah.
Don't
do it.
don't
Don't do it.
not go to the
It
studio.
always plummets.
Because they'll say, oh, you're out late at night. Are you cheating? It's happened to me. I've been here. And someone's been like, I don't like you being at the studio that late. I know you're cheating on me.
This
Right
is
in the
my
booth
job.
with the mic.
Yep. We're getting it on right now. To
If
myself.
you want to move to LA to do music, move to LA. If you're in a relationship, end it. Move to LA.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or make it work. But if somebody's keeping
Right.
you somewhere, if somebody is trapping you in or saying
Yeah.
don't do it or, stay for me, don't. Because it's most likely going to end. And if they support you enough, they'll either stay with
Because
you.
that's not supportive.
And
They
even-
they
it's
don't
not.
want you to follow
Right.
your dream. Like, what's the point?
It's
What is the
horrible.
point?
They
It's
should
horrible.
be supporting you as a young woman, doing what you should do. Because reality, like, all the guys that we're dating and whatnot, they have their own lives. They're doing this and that.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, I got a good man. Like,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah. And then, like, we go out on a Saturday night and they're like, what are you doing? Like, or,
Right.
like, we pick up a hobby and they're like, what? Like, you can't do that. Just
Yeah.
in my personal experience, not to generalize men, because some are really great.
No, I'm experiencing
But,
my first relationship where, like, I'm here and he's like, I'm so happy for you. Stay as long as you
Yeah.
And
need.
that's great. Like,
And
that's
I'm
how
like,
it should
yeah.
be. It literally should not be any
Right.
other way.
No, it
At
shouldn't.
So yeah, as love lives play into your daily life, do not let it get in the way of your dreams. And
It's hard
passion.
as a young female. You don't
It really
know.
is.
And you're
you
like,
don't, be genuine, but make your relationships important, but don't make relationships your first priority.
It's not
when it
your-
comes
right.
to
Always
romance.
prioritize yourself. Every single human in general should just prioritize
Right,
themselves.
100%.
Of course, you can care about other people and other things and other relationships.
Right.
That's important to you as a person. But like being a person, you have to prioritize.
If
yourself.
filling their bucket is emptying yours, you
Yep.
shouldn't be filling it.
And when
Exactly.
you prioritize yourself, and that's not to say that you shouldn't prioritize certain people, and we prioritize certain things. Like here, this is a priority for me, like making music, whatnot. But it's like, if you're prioritizing yourself and being healthy for yourself and whatnot, like that will be good for the people around you as well.
Exactly.
So playing life into music and where this could take off to and all that stuff. So keep all these things in mind.
The people that are meant to stay will stay.
Exactly.
You support them from a distance while supporting yourself. If they don't do the same for you, they're not meant to be around you.
Exactly. Everything that's meant to you will come to you, and they'll leave if they're not.
Yep.
Time will do its justice.
As it should.
Well, thank you, Tears, so much
Thank you
for
so
coming
much.
here.
Thank you so
talking
much
with
for
us.
having me up in Pink World.
Pink
Oh,
World
yeah,
episode 1. And we should be back. And
We
not
will
too
be
long.
back.
We will be back
We will 100% be back.
with the girl duo.
Yeah, with Doll.
For sure, with Doll. I just learned that
So
today.
be
and I love
prepared
it.
for Tear and Doll.
Revenge.
Episode 2.
All right.
Let's go.
Our duo revenge.
We out.
Should I stop this? Do I just hit record? I don't want to delete it.